up, guys? This is George, the creator and founder of the Trump Rocks NFT project. Again, if you're interested in picking up a Trump Rocks NFT, you can always go over to trumprocks.rocks and pick one up. They're beautiful NFTs and also available on Pulse Chain Network on Mentra, so we can do that if we like. Today, I wanted to cover something else. A question I always get is, when should I buy crypto? Um, and the answer that I usually give people, sometimes someone will be talking to me and say, "Hey, I've got $5,000 or $10,000 and I want to get into crypto." And my first response is, I want you to get into crypto, but not all at once. So, what I'd want you to do, generally speaking, is I'd rather you dollar cost average into the market. So this is a strategy that's been around in traditional investing for a long period of time, and it's proven to work out rather well. Essentially, is on a time-based interval, you make purchases of a cryptocurrency. So let's say you wanted to put in $200 a month, and so in April, let's pick a date. April 15th, you put in $200. May 15th, you put in $200. June 15th, you put in $200. July 15th, another $200, and on and on. And what it does is it compensates for market volatility. So in this scenario here, this is this works out to, by the time you get December, you've actually lost a little money because your average buy price up here is a little high. But if we change the scenario over a bit, and we look at something like Ethereum on a 30-day time scale, and you were to dollar cost average in, put $100 in here, 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 and then you get a rip upward like this, right? Well, you've shielded yourself from a lot of this volatility on this chart. So instead of always buying on a high or a low point, um, you've shielded yourself from the volatility, and then all of a sudden you get a rocket upward, you're in profit. So this strategy, even though this chart, and this is one I just dug up that illustrates dollar cost averaging on the internet. Um, this chart is actually working on a bit of a loss, in all honesty. In this case, this one would be positive over a long enough time frame. Let's look at it on a 90-day interval. If you were to dollar cost average in, $200 a week for 90 days, um, on this chart, you would be in serious profit. If we go to a 180 time day interval, same thing. Maybe I'm dollar cost averaging here for this period. I lost a little bit on these investments I made here, but when I got to this lower point in the market, dollar cost average in, dollar cost average in, dollar cost average in, and just regular interval. Keep dollar cost averaging in, and then you have a day like today or a day like this time frame, and bam, you make a huge profit there. And if we were to look at this over like the time of Ethereum's existence, right? I mean, anything you dollar cost averaged in here is going to be a win. Um, Anything you dollar cost average here on the long enough time frame is going to be a win. Um, Now, there is a concept called dynamic DCA. And here too, like overall, if you're dollar cost averaging all along this point and you keep dollar cost averaging even up to the highs, you're going to be more or less shielded from the volatility. That's just how this works. And then who knows where this goes, right? I mean, if we go all the way out here off the screen, who knows how high it actually gets. Um, so that's cool. So the other thing that I wanted to cover was the concept of dynamic dollar cost averaging. So, what is dynamic dollar cost averaging? Well, okay, let's say we're dollar costing averaging. Let me put this on a different time scale so we can see something that maybe illustrates this a little better. So, we're dollar cost averaging here, we're dollar cost averaging here, and all of a sudden one day we get a big dump. And on this week, I wanted to make a DCA of $200, but maybe I want to say, hey, I've been up here. It did this dump here. Let's go ahead and DCA a little more. Same thing, same thing, same thing, and bam, we get another drop. Maybe I want to put a little more into it. And same thing, same thing, same thing. Okay, we had a big run up. Maybe I'll skip the DCA that week. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do like $100 instead of $200, right? Same thing, keep going. Oh, got a dump here. Okay, it's been in this price range for a while and then we got a big drop. Maybe I want to put a little more into it. So that's the concept of like a dynamic DCA, is that as price drops to low points, you put a little more money in. As price goes to higher points, maybe you hold off. Um, maybe maybe you DCA'd real heavy here, and then the price gets to here where we are currently, and you're like, oh, maybe I want to take some profits. So this is not necessarily financial advice, not intended to be financial advice. This is really just a method of getting into the crypto market in a way that's safe. So the strategy is called DCA, dollar cost average. Um, so if you like this content, please consider purchasing one of our Trump Rocks NFTs. That helps me keep producing this content. And again, this can be minted right here on our webpage, trumprocks.rocks, or over on the Mentor website. Just search the Trump Rocks NFTs. That's all I had for today, guys. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, night, or morning. Take care.